Of all the new decks that are coming out in Silver Tempest, this is the one that I will be playing the most, guaranteed. Hey, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be looking at a deck that I can't wait for. And honestly, it's a deck that you've already seen me cover, but there's a new card that's coming out that makes this so much better, and that is the Earthen Seal Tablet, brand new with brilliant with Silver Tempest. And we're just gonna kind of jump right into it. We're gonna head over to the Pokegear app to take a look at this Rapid Strike Urshifu deck, since Bobby got the blue background, Rapid Strike Urshifu. But before we do, if you haven't already, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff tells YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. Also, I have I stream on Twitch, and I have a Discord, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. Links in the video description, so go check them out. Let's head over to Rapid Strike Urshifu V from Battle Styles. It's a pretty decent card for 1 fighting energy, hit with Strafe, does 30 damage, and then you can switch this Pokemon with one of the Pokemon on your bench, or you can hit with 100 Furious Blows for 2 fighting and a colorless for a flat 150. However, we really want to be using Rapid Strike Urshifu V Max. 330 health, it is weak to Psychic, and it has a retreat cost of 2. Gale Thrust for a single fighting energy says it does 30 damage. However, if this Pokemon goes from the bench to the active during your turn, it does an additional 120. It is worth noting that it does have to be the V Max that goes from the bench to the active. So you can't take the V, go from the bench to the active, and then evolve and use Gale Thrust. You'll only hit them, you can, but you'll only hit for 30 damage, not the 150. The real attack we're using is G-Max Rapid Flow for 2 fighting and a colorless. Discard all energy attached to this Pokemon, and you do 120 to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Now, that might not sound like a ton of damage when you have things like Kyurem that can do, 900 damage, or you have Palkia that's hitting for 260, 290, Zoroark's hitting for 300. Why is 120 enough? The answer is because of the Earthen Seal Stone. This is a brand new item card that is a tool that provides a VStar power to a V Pokemon. So you can attach this tool to one of your V Pokemon, and it gains the VStar power, Star Gravity, which says put damage counters on all of your opponent's Pokemon V until they have 100 health remaining. This is incredible because, well, if there's 2, say, Kyurem V Stars or Kyurem V Maxes in play, now that you have 100 health left, you go ahead and just G-Max Rapid Flow, knock them both out, and win the game in 2 attacks. Another reason why this is super good is because it says place damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon V, not do damage, which means you don't have to worry about Manaphy when you use this. Another really cool thing is that because it says you can attach it to any V, you don't necessarily have to attach it to your V Max. You can use this on the V. You could also use this on Drapion or Lumineon V, which Drapion V is really for the Mew matchup, Wild Style. This Pokemon's attack is 1 colorless less for each Rapid Strike, Single Strike, or Fusion Strike Pokemon your opponent has in play. So Dynamic Tail in the Mew matchup will likely be for free. It does 190 damage, and now you're hitting for 380, enough to knock out a Mew VMAX very, very easily. The reason why we run 2 of them is because Mew decks kind of caught on to Drapion, and so now they run Lost City, which means you knock out a Mew VMAX, they come in, knock out your Drapion, and now because of Lost City, it goes to the Lost Zone, not the discard, so you can't Ordinary Rod, you can't Thornton it, you can't Clara it, it's just gone for the game. So we have 2 for that reason. Lumineon V lets us, when we play from our hand to the bench, search our deck for a supporter, put it into our hand. Very useful card. Of course, we have Radiant Greninja, and this is actually super good in this deck for 2 reasons. 1, Concealed Cards lets us discard an energy from our hand to draw 2 cards. That's going to pair really well with Melanie, which lets us take a water energy from the discard, attach it to one of our V, and then draw 3 cards. So we can use something like Radiant Greninja's Concealed Cards to dump a water energy into the discard, use Melanie to attach it to one of our Vs, draw 3 cards, and then attach a Rapid Strike energy, which provides 2 energies if attached to a Rapid Strike Pokemon. So when we attach this Rapid Strike energy and Melanie, now we're able to use this Earth and Seal Stone or our VMAX Rapid Flow, even 100 Furious Blows for just one energy attachment essentially, and it just helps accelerate the deck and get us attacking as quickly as possible. It also has the Moonlight Shuriken attack for 2 water and a colorless. Now, of course, we can't use Rapid Strike energy on this Greninja, so we have to attach the old-fashioned way. We also can't Melanie to it, but we'll worry about that in a minute. It says discard 2 water energy, or discard any 2 energy from this Pokemon, and then you do 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's like a mini G-Max Rapid Flow. Now, Earth and Seal Stone drops our opponent's Pokemon down to 100 health. This does 90. So where do we get that extra 10 damage from? Galarian Zigzagoon, play this card from your hand to the bench, and then you get to put 10 damage on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So we get to do that, put 10 damage. Now, oh wait, there's the 100 damage, and then we can use something like Scoop Up Net to bring it back into the hand, play it again, put 10 damage on the second Pokemon, and then use Moonlight Shuriken to knock them both out. And I know what you're thinking, but Nick, every deck is running Manaphy with the wave availability, which prevents us from dealing damage to benched Pokemon. Well, we have an answer for that. We are going to use Canceling Cologne, which says until the end of your turn, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities, so we just play Boss's Orders to pull that Manaphy from the bench to the active, Canceling Cologne. Now Manaphy's ability doesn't work, and then we can G-Max Rapid Flow or Moonlight Shuriken, take some really easy prizes, completely crush our opponent's board in most instances. Now, the only way that this plan doesn't work is if they use 2 Manaphy's, but who's realistically benching 2 Manaphy's? The other thing we could do is Cramorant. Cramorant, if we have 4 more cards into the Lost Zone, lets us attack for free and does 110 damage. So we drop our opponent's Pokemon down to 100 health, then we just hit with Cramorant, take the knockout. The next time we can attack with another Cramorant, we can use something like 100 Furious Blows or Gale Thrust to knock out other Pokemon if needed. We mentioned before that we can't really power up this Greninja very easily. Maybe we want to use back-to-back Rapid Flows. We only have 2 Melanies. We have only a certain number of Rapid Strike energies. So how do we get all these energies attached to our Pokemon? To do this, the answer is Mirage Gate. If we have 7 or more cards in the Lost Zone, search your deck for 2 basic energies of different types and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you want. Which means if we want to either Moonlight Shuriken or G-Max Rapid Flow, we can search for a water and a fighting energy, attach them to our Pokemon, and then manually attach the last energy we need, whether that is a fighting for Urshifu or a water for Greninja. We can get the energies back from the discard using something like Training Court, which is a really nice way of, after we Moonlight Shuriken, or if we have to attach Retreat, or we did that last turn and then we just retreat, we can recover that energy with something like Training Court. We have a bunch of Scoop Up Nets, switches, we have Air Balloon, Escape Ropes. Why do we have all these switch cards? It's to use Comfy with the flower selecting ability that says, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put 1 into your hand, 1 into the Lost Zone. This is one of the primary ways in which we're going to get cards into the Lost Zone so we can use our Cramorant and our Mirage Gate. Our other big supporter is Corvus's Experiment. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put 3 into your hand, 2 into the Lost Zone. So really, if we go second, we can Corvus, use 2 Comfies, and start chipping away at our opponent's Pokemon really quickly with something like Cramorant. It also gives us the option really quickly, because of Melanie, if we go second, to discard a water energy, Melanie, start attacking. We can even use Earth Steel Tablet or Earth and Seal Stone, whatever, as early as turn 2 realistically. Now, we probably don't want to. We want to wait until our opponent's Pokemon evolve, because if they have, say, an Arceus V, has 220 health, we drop it down to 100, which means it takes 120 damage. If the next turn they evolve into the VStar, well, now they don't have 220 health anymore. They have 280. So they gained 60 health, and now they don't have 100 remaining. They actually have 160 remaining. The same would be true for Palkia, and if for something like Kyurem, it's even more than that. So we don't necessarily want to do this right away. We want to do this when our opponent's Pokemon evolve. So we don't have to use the Earth Seal Stone very soon. We want to use it maybe like turn 2, turn 3, once their Pokemon evolve, and then we can go ahead and take the KO with the Greninja or the Urshifu. There's really not much else to the deck. Battle VIP Pass is going to be great for getting an explosive start. Quick Ball, Ultra Ball for getting some Pokemon into play. And that's kind of the whole deck. I absolutely love this. I can't wait to get these Earth and Seal Stones and start playing this. I've been playing Urshifu a lot, just trying to prepare and get ready and learn the deck, learn the matchup. When's the right time to play Urshifu? When's the right time to do this? What decisions do I gotta make when lost zoning? I've been really practicing with this deck, and I can't wait. I am so excited. Let me know what you think. That's the whole deck. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I already said let me know what you think, but I do want to know your answer, like what you think of this deck in the comments. And that's gonna do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.